here are your week 6 waiver wire ads, starting with the look of the top producers from this past week. We're starting at the running back positions. Tyron Tracy, Kareem Hunt, the top 2 there. Kyron Williams, Tank Bigsby, Chuba Hubbard to round out the top 5. So some new names in there. Hunt having a good day. Tyron Tracy stepping in for Singletary. So, Ricky, we want to monitor. So really exciting there. But I'm going to start this off with Tank Bigsby from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Tank Bigsby, look, he had been kind of creeping up on Travis Etienne's workload each week. But this past week, 101 yards on 13 attempts, 2 touchdowns, limited workload for Etienne here. And we've seen some other explosive plays from Bigsby before. So it's, make sure you get Bigsby. I would say worth offering, maybe a higher third, something like that, if you're really needing your running back help in a Dynasty league. But yeah, go get Tank Bigsby. And then next, we're going to go to Tyron Tracy, but not just Tyron Tracy. I really think we need to highlight more of these rookie running backs now that we're here in the middle of the year. For Tyron Tracy, we'll start with him. That was definitely injury related. You got Devin Singletary out of the mix, but 129 yards in his first attempt as a starter. So that's really good on 18 attempts. And he was a former wide receiver, so we know he has some sort of pass catching skill set. And this is without Malik Neighbors as well. So maybe this offense has some life to it. And Tyron Tracy is someone that we want to invest in. There's other running backs out there that are rookies, like the Miami situation. We got Jalen Wright over there, and that's a guy where, yes, they're on bye this week, but still, you're going to want to go ahead and stash some of these guys if you aren't already, because really anything could happen. And we see these rookies take that next step a lot of times after the bye week, a lot of times going into the second half of the year as they grow. And then I would say the same for Blake Corum. We saw him with an increased workload this past week. And with the Rams, they love having a go-to guy. So if Kyron were to be out, then I could see Corum getting all the work there. And either way, good player. And then Trey Benson, if anything were to happen to Connor, a lot of these backups, like with Ray Davis, we've seen a lot of these rookies come in and already solidify themselves as the RB2. Isaac Garendo, he's the RB2. We got Marshawn Lloyd, who may still be stashable in IRs floating around out there. So guys definitely want to, be on the lookout for some of these rookie RBs around the league. And we'll do a quick pivot away to the wide receiver position. And Dallas Cowboys, they may have found their wide receiver 2 in Jalen Tolbert. And Jalen Tolbert, he had the game-winning touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys versus the Steelers. 7 catches on 10 targets, 1 touchdown, 87 yards. So getting a lot of opportunity. And I think he, even though we're stepping in for Brandon Cooks, who's now is on IR, so we'll be gone for 4 games. It doesn't even matter about the bye weeks. We'll be gone for 4 actual games. So that's a good little runway for Tolbert. So let's get him on our teams, see what he can do. This is basically his audition for, does he have a solidified role the rest of the season and maybe in 2025 and beyond. So definitely want to go ahead and get Jalen Tolbert on my teams. And then we've got another running back. We're going to switch back over to the running back spot. And we had an injury. So this one's more, kind of quick. Aaron Jones left with an injury. So you're going to want to get Ty Chandler here. Just make sure you have the handcuff on one of the undefeated teams in the league. So, they're clicking on all cylinders. You're going to want the running back for the Minnesota Vikings. And then we'll go ahead, switch back to a receiver position, a guy who, thought about putting on a waiver column before, but, wasn't sure how consistent it was going to be. But Alec Pierce, 134 yards and a touchdown, only on 3 targets and 3 receptions. The first game of the season, he had 3 targets, 3 receptions, and had a touchdown. So they may just want to get him the ball more, and it's been with either of the 2 quarterbacks. So I can't say that it's just because it was with Joe Flacco or something like that. It looks like he's potentially may have a role here. I was thinking that with the drafting of Adonai Mitchell, maybe he would take over for Alec Pierce, but I might be wrong there. I think Pierce is looking like he's going to be that wide receiver 3 behind Josh Downs. Downs this year had 12 targets. So that's kind of tells you Downs is that clear number 2. Pierce, and again, Downs was on the waiver wire list last week for the redraft league. So go ahead and pick up Alec Pierce this week. And Colts are looking like they could put up points this season. All right, and then we've got another receiver, and this one's more related to the quarterback situation that's going on with the Patriots, and that is Jalen Polk, a really good receiver out of Washington. And I think with May becoming the quarterback here, and again, this is still speculation at this point. The coach is saying there might be quarterback change coming soon. We've been expecting May to get that start at some point, and that might be a big uptick in the overall production in this offense. I would actually prioritize the next player over him in a redraft spot just for more immediate production. But this could be the week where you might not be able to get Jalen Polk later if May starts and things are starting to look a lot better offensively for the New England Patriots. So I'll jump down here to the last one. And it was the last game we saw Monday night. The Kansas City Chiefs had to find a way to replace Juju Smith, or excuse me, to replace Rashee Rice. So Juju Smith-Schuster steps in, 130 yards on 8 targets, 7 receptions. I mean, this is his second time on the team. He came right in, already knew the offense. I could see him easily having a really good season. He had 80-something targets last time he was with the Chiefs. He's only 27 years old. So Juju's got a role here. You can't deny that. Worthy, 6 targets. And I think they got Worthy involved in the run game as well. Still, yeah, Worthy had a touchdown in the run game. But still, I would say Juju is going to be a factor this year. So that is your Week 6 waiver wire. Good luck, everybody. Pay attention to those buys. You've got Kansas City Chiefs, Rams, Minnesota, Miami, and then you've got Chicago and Dallas in Week 7. So still, some of these guys you're going to want to stash because you might not be able to get them later. But do everything you can to win this week, and then we'll be right back next week and help you out then. So take care, and I'll see you later.